Crypto Slow, cryptocurrency news and investing.
Bankroll Daily, full tutorial.
Crypto Slow with more crypto gains. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Bankroll Daily full tutorial. So today's video is going to cover all the basics that you know and need to know about the Bankroll Daily DApp game. So at first glance it seems like it's complicated and people are like, man, there's a lot going on. But the reality is it's a pretty simple game to get involved into, and is pretty cool and fun and has many aspects and strategies going on. So as you know, the backbone of the entire Bankroll network is credits. So credits are the HODL gang, DApp div that pays divs out daily in TRX. Now that has some other characteristics to it, and that's covered in the credits full tutorial. But today's tutorial is focused on the daily. The reason you need to know about credits is that divs once claimed go to credits, which you can sell on the credit network for TRX. The contract credits has over 34 million, one of the largest crypto contracts in existence, TRX in it, and those are at your disposal anytime when you would like to get TRX for whatever. So first and foremost, obviously you're going to need a Tron link, and I will leave a link down below for the Tron link wallet install and instructions. Basically, Tron link interacts with the DApp and allows you to play the games. And currently there is the credits stablecoin, the luck dice game, and now the daily game. So let's get right into it. First and foremost, the daily is basically a game where the ultimate goal is to build up your div power as high as possible. And you're like, well, what is div power? Div power relates to the drip from the daily contract, which is 2% of the contract dividend pool is paid out on a constant basis. So if we take 3 million and some change and multiply that by 0.02, we get 60,000 in divs is paid out on a daily basis, and that is constant. In essence, you see that my div power is 0.558%. So if I take the 60,000 times the 0.558, well, it's actually supposed to be 0.0558, we get basically 341 is how the math works out. Let's try that again. 60,000 times 0.00558. That's more like it. 334, which obviously it's close, not exact. My current div power is saying 341. So that's first and foremost, that is what you are trying to do. That is your ultimate goal, is to get your daily drip of TRX as high as possible. That's number one. So the question is, first, is how do you get started playing the game? We've already covered the object of the game, which is to get daily TRX. So basically you have rounds. These are broken into 6 4-hour rounds in a 24-hour period. At any given time there are people playing. Like you see that this is round 16. There's 39 people playing and there's 21,000 tickets. So to get into a round, You simply need to have some TRX in your Tron link, and you buy tickets. The minimum ticket buy is 10 tickets. So if I wanted to take part in this round, I would simply put in 10, do a buy, and confirm. And now I am entered into this round. And you're like, well, why is it broken into rounds? Well, that's a great question. It's broken into rounds because there is always a jackpot which is going out. That is split between the top ticket purchaser in the round and also a random person. So it's a 60-40 split, as it says. Okay, so that's how you get into the game. You simply buy some tickets, and this increases your div power, and you start getting your daily drip. So as you can see, my divs have changed since I've been on the website, and this continues to go up. So we've covered how to play. Number 1, buy tickets. Number 2, there's rounds that last 4 hours. Okay, your goal is to get your div power as high as possible. Now, what if you don't want to sit at your computer all day, but you simply want to buy tickets automatically so that you are entered into the round for the chance for the jackpot? Well, you can hit the auto buy function and specify the time from 1 minute to 15 minutes. Okay, this is not, and now let me go over this. This is not auto roll, it is auto buy. Okay, so we bought some tickets, and we simply, and this builds our div power, and then we have divs coming in. So what are my actions that I can do at this point? Well, I could claim those divs that are sitting here, or I could roll the divs to increase my div power. So how to play? Basically, you buy tickets, you get divs, you claim the divs, or you roll the divs. And you're like, well, I want to claim the divs. Well, be careful, because when you hit that claim button, these divs will go to your credits, which can be cashed out for TRX. However, when you hit the claim button, it will reduce your dividend power by 5%. So that is something very, very important to keep in mind. So theoretically, if I hit the claim button right now, I would drop my dividend power to 95% because I lose 5%. I would go from 558 to 5301. So be wary. When you use the claim button, you want to make sure it's worth it. So if your strategy is to let these divs pile up because you're trying to ROI, then that's not a bad strategy. Then you would hit the claim button when appropriate and you would claim the divs. However, if you want to keep the party going and see this number continue to increase, you hit the roll button. Okay, so this right here, this whole action, this whole series kind of creates a question on users of, when do I get to collect my divs if I'm constantly rolling? Well, here is the added twist. Anytime someone hits that claim button and 5% of their div power disappears, guess what happens? You get credits. So that claimed loss of percentage of the user goes to all the credit holders that are in the daily. Now, keep in mind, this is important, only the people that have dividend power are going to benefit from this liquidation. So again, just to understand, when you hit the claim button, it costs 5%, and you want to make sure that it's worth it to you to hit that button. Okay, me personally, my strategy is to take the FOMO road and keep rolling to sustain my dividend power for as long as possible, and also to play as many rounds as possible so that I have the chance of winning the jackpot. Now, the later night jackpots tend to be a little lower during the day. During the day, you have more users, and basically, the pots are going to be bigger. That's just how it is. So now, scrolling down, you got your stats. Like I said, this shows your continuous drip that you're getting, and shows when the round ends, number of players, tickets. And that's another strategy, is maybe there's a round where there's a low number of players. No problem. You can take part in that round, and that's going to increase your chances to win the jackpot. Of course, as always, there is the referral system if you want to refer a friend or try it yourself. Now, let's go ahead and go over the ticket purchase numbers, which you can actually read if you wanted to. But whenever someone buys a ticket, 60% goes to the dividend pool of the daily holders, 10% is paid instantly to the pool, and 20% goes to rolling jackpot, and 8% is paid to luck. So the 8% to luck is designed to help get that game off the ground and get a good, solid, healthy balance, and then 2% for covers and referrals. Now, if we keep going down, you see we have the stats, total number of players, amount in the dividend pool. This is the amount that the 2% is calculated on. Jackpot, total tickets, contract balance, and then we've got the rounds, leaderboard, history of who has bought, top players, lucky winner. So, as you can see, the daily really isn't that complicated. You buy tickets to get div power to get daily divs on a drip. The divs come in, you can claim the divs, you can roll the divs. Again, my personal strategy is to just continue to roll, but you can play it however you want. At the beginning of the game, I did have some decent divs, and I did not claim those divs. I rolled them because my goal is to keep my dividend power as high as possible. So, and you're like, well, at what point would you start claiming? Well, honestly, I would start claiming when I feel this number is looking healthy enough to claim. So, now, keep in mind, I could let these divs stack. I'm getting that 341 a day. I could let this stack up for 5 days and have 1,500 in divs. And that's another question. You're like, well, am I getting taxed on, do I lose 5% of these divs on the burn? No, you don't. The div burn is calculated after you claim these 2 credits. So I think if I could get this up to about 1,000 a day, then I could let some stack for a few days, and then maybe I would consider cashing out some TRX and enjoying this. So as you can see, the daily is a pretty cool game. There's a lot of different ways to play it. You can play it the FOMO side. You can stack your divs and withdraw at a certain time. You could use a referral system. So there's many different ways to win. But as always on Bankroll Network, you always play to win. So that's about it. And obviously this dividend pool will probably continue to grow as, you know, some people FOMO out and others keep playing the game. So I hope you enjoyed tonight's video. If you have any questions related to the daily, please feel free to comment, and I'll do my best to answer your question. So that's it. This is Crypto Slow. If you're not talking gains, then we're not talking.